Alright, Diablo players, let's get started. Season 8, we've already got our character basically set up here. We're just going to start and I'm going to play the game. I'm going to also change the campaign state to where we're going to be start with Vessel of the Hatred campaign completed. The reason why I'm going to be doing this, I think most of the people that play this season will want to start out with the campaign completed normally. However, I will mention that leveling through the campaign is one of the best ways to level. I actually made a video on that, but I want to give you guys kind of my raw impressions of Season 8 after playing the PTR. There's a lot of things that I wanted to see changed, and Blizzard has actually changed up a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and hop in, and we're going to be just playing here. Keep in mind that the internet might not be super good here. I'm still traveling. We're in Thailand, so I have to have a little bit higher ping, but we should still be able to play everything. And we have the new season quest line that we didn't have access to before, so that's going to be kind of cool. And we're playing one of the best classes in the game, so right now, which is going to be Rogue. We want to lock in and get the Dance of Knives as quickly as possible, so we're going to be locking in and getting that. We can get increased crit, or we can get the increased movement speed. We're going to get 100% crit anyways in the build, but still, when you do snapshot, there's times where it's just not going to register, so I don't think it's bad at all to get that. And then you can just get damage reduction, and then well, it's going to be Dance of Knives, and then we have the ability to pierce and slow. The stun grenades one no one really gets. It's a small amount of a damage boost to get this. I think in the very beginning, I really like having the ability to have the dash. That is a really great thing to have, and we want to unlock this to get basically 100% crit ASAP. We can get these skills too. It's not really that bad at all. Makes the game feel a little bit more fun, and then we're gonna have to obviously equip the skill over here. I'm also on my laptop over here, so gotta get used to all of the keybinds and positionings here. But let's go ahead and mount up, and let's just play the season, and I'll give you guys my honest thoughts on the game. And I also want to give you guys kind of a review on the game as far as like fun factor. Because remember, the whole game is getting much harder. Okay. So what I want to point into right now is dash, because it makes the game feel way better. Also, you guys in the chat, let me know if the audio is too loud or not loud enough. So I want to go to like the effects volume, probably lower that a bit. It's actually kind of like the music. And if you get any of these little objective things, it's not that bad to go ahead and grab them. Oh, guard room. Okay, cool. But we're going to do the seasonal quest line, and like I said, I want to give you guys my thoughts on the game from the viewpoint of like your average player. Normally I would play the campaign to complete the leveling progression because it's supposed to be way better, but very soon, once we get Shadow Imbued, the whole game is going to be so much faster. The best class for Season 8, I'll be honest, I think it's going to take a couple days for people to really get the grasp on you know, what's the most OP thing in Diablo. But I would say for leveling, there's nothing that beats the Rogue. It's like it's not even close competition at all. And the reason why nothing really beats the Rogue for competition is because it's just simply way too fast with Dance of Knives. Even though, like, we're not able to even complete the, like, 50 souls. Let's see if we can manage to somehow get it here. Oh, we're so close. Just in the very beginning, you just don't happen to have the movement speed required, but we're still leveling relatively fast. They've actually changed the way that the incursions give you progression as well. So in the very beginning, it's all just kind of swap items. Very, very slow progression in Diablo in the very early stages, but that's kind of normal with a lot of action RPGs. But what we really want to lock down is the next skill is going to guarantee crit. That's going to be a massive, massive increase. So what we want to do with our build is we hit this, and then now we have 100% crit because we've now snapshotted it. And we'll see kind of, you know, how many legendaries are we getting. Okay, let's go ahead and mount up and keep it going, man. But as far as best class for leveling, I don't think it's even a debate. I think Rogue is like way better. Now, as far as endgame, what's the best class? I'm going to recommend Rogue. And the reason why I'm going to recommend Rogue this season is because Rogue has scaling to damage, and it doesn't matter what you select. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is part of the seasonal quest line. I'll be honest, if there's a cutscene, I won't skip it, but if it's just like, most of the stuff is like, go here, Belial. I think the story for this season, because that's what we're doing right now too, is the seasonal story, is that like they think Belial's coming back, and well, obviously he's back because otherwise you couldn't kill him and it would defeat the whole thing. But most of these like quest lines kind of come down to doing pseudo nightmare dungeons, right? You're just going through them. But this is why I was suggesting rogue. Oh, okay, well, we ran out of charges because we don't have the movement speed yet. Once we get that movement speed though, it will be super, super good. And we always want to re-snapshot this crit. We want to move as much as possible with this build. And then once we get the imbue, it's going to be fantastic, which we get literally in the next level. And we're going to be taking shadow imbue because of the explosions. Oh, okay. Now, who are you? What are you doing here? Okay. Jarius. Okay. We'll pretty much skip most of it. Oh, we can hear Belial. Okay. So you have to search for the source of the demon here. Unfortunately, we weren't able to use the skill to break the concealment. Oh, there we go. We just deleted all of them. So as far as like difficulty goes, we're playing on normal right now. The game gets much harder later in the game state. Right now, again, we're leveling, and I also, like I said, want to give you guys kind of my thoughts and impressions while leveling. We definitely need to pick up these though. We're supposed to get like a lot less legendaries, and to me, that's not like what I would consider more exciting. However, the game plan with lowering the speed at which you progress is supposed to make the game feel a little bit different. That way you have a sense of progression, and I kind of respect that too, because Diablo didn't really have a sense of progression from last season in terms of leveling. Like, you kind of just started blasting within the first hour, and to be honest, this class is no different. I already feel incredibly powerful. We could definitely bump up the difficulty now that we have our shadow imbue, because it's a pretty massive thing to have for this build. Okay. Okay, so we're about to see a new, like, boss. Death Trap Rogue, the best build. You know, like I said, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have no idea what would be considered the best build. And I don't think anyone knows what the best build is going to be. Alright, so this is the apparition. Let's see how fast we'll melt this thing. Because they wanted to make the game harder. Let's see if this first, like, boss encounter is, like, actually... Oh, did it pop? Oh, no. There it is. Yeah. Did that feel like a boss? I'm going to be real with you guys, you know, because I want to give you guys, like, a kind of the review here. That did not feel like a boss. It just felt like it deleted him instantly. So when you use evade, or if my evade cooldown is reduced, I mean, both these are basically useless for us right now. Now later, these powers will be more valuable as we're able to level them up. Would you still get the seasonal battle pass armor without spending and just use the... You know, I'm not sure how the whole, like, you know, system works. I'll have to double check on that.
But I suspect there is more to this than we can see. I would speak to you.
I don't know this one.
I am called Sayina.
Okay, so she's
There is much
basically
Trust you know what you're doing.
probably talking about, like, Belial and returning.
Truly mean to snuff out these demons.
Okay.
I'm at your service.
Well, you know what would be really cool is if we got a new mercenary. Okay, so now it wants us to probably go back. And it says travel to her shop. Maybe she's got some cool other little trinkets and stuff that we can buy. You mean not spending platinum? So as far as I'm aware, to get the battle pass, you have to use platinum. I know that there's this new reliquary system. We could maybe check that out real quick. I don't want to spend too much time into it because I want to progress, but we'll check it out. There's the reliquary new battle pass. Oh, so there's a free one. Okay. I'm not going to go too far into it because, like I said, I just want to skip and get to the gameplay. But the battle pass consists of 1 standard and 3 premium reliquaries. Premium reliquaries can be purchased. Okay, so there's a keyword right there. Premium reliquaries can be purchased with platinum individually or as a part of a bundle. So you can base... So it's as far as I'm aware of, this was a paid only thing. You can have up to 99 favorite tokens. Once you reach the number, you must spend them before you can earn more. That's kind of weird that there's a cap on some sort of currency that you earn in this. So this one is like the new one. They want you to obviously see kind of their new thing. So right now we have well, this is platinum. So this is my premium currency, and this is like the other currency that you're getting. Oh man, I really hate when games have like so many different forms of currency. But let's see what the little rewards are. Okay, so this is the final thing right here. and there are like some gloves with some claws on them. Okay, I think they showed off the full set. This is something that we have a blue horse, a blue man group horse. What the heck? It's like, ooh, it's like super shiny. What do they call it in the I think games? I think they call it like iridescent with like spectral highlighting. Lots of GPU resources, Kappa. All right. Anyways, there's this whole bundle. Let's check out the bow. As I mean, I'm going to be playing rogue here. That looks pretty cool. I'll be honest. They did a good job as far as this goes, like in terms of artwork. But I'm really interested in seeing the Berserk stuff. Now, keep in mind that doesn't come out instantly, but because it's a new season, I'll check out briefly the oh,
I see.
the Claws of Bale. Dude, that is awesome. Okay, this is another Spiritborn. I swear, Spiritborn gets the best, and I mean the best, skins. Now, I don't know if... Oh, is this another Spiritborn? Oh my gosh, this one's so good. Yeah, Spiritborn... Okay, I think I have to get this one. I think it's required. But before I jump the gun... Dude, why is it showing me all... Oh, Spiritborn. There's another Spirit. Okay, no, this is a Necromancer one. I love these like Japanese Oni sets. Dang, so freaking cool. Oh, we got like an Egyptian one. Oh, it's another Spiritborn. What about Rogue? Okay, let me see what the Rogue ones are. Keep in mind, my laptop might not have seen a bunch of the newer skins, but as far as I'm aware of, the little like diamond indicates that it's new, but it could be new to like this computer, if that makes any sense. That one's pretty cool looking. It's not like what I personally like, but I think that one is a pretty cool one. Ooh, it's kind of like a Carnival of Chaos. And then this one didn't have a little mark over it. This is kind of like a spider theme. Okay. All right. So that's what I wanted to check out now. Again, I could probably make a whole dedicated video towards the like the shop, but now we're going to go all the way down here. It feels like as far as like the seasonal quest line goes in this game. And oh, another thing that I want to give you guys as a tip. Make sure if you've already got a mercenary, go get your mercenary. Equip a pet. These are like very basic things that I should show you guys instantly. Borderlands 4 update. Oh, there's an update to Borderlands. Awesome. I really did like the last Borderlands. I didn't play Tiny Tina's, but what we should be doing, guys, we got to go to the den, get the mercenaries so we can start leveling them up. But then also, another thing that's really key here is to go to your wardrobe and equip the pet. The pet picks up gold. Gold is good. It doesn't matter which pet we have. We're going to go ahead and lock in the little bird and then confirm. I can make my character look really cool too. Hold on. We can lock in and make our character look a little bit cooler. We'll go with the, where's the Illidan skin. Real fast. Where is it? Oh, this one's cool too. Where is the... There's little icons. There's little like season... Okay, this one. Oh, there we go. Yes, this is the one that we wanted. This is part of the World of Warcraft collab, so we're gonna go ahead and lock in this one. Is it the Eagle colors? I don't want this video to be about like cosmetics, but we gotta lock in and make our character look cool, right? And I guess you could just fast forward it if you don't care about it. All right, there we go. You know, I'll be honest, I don't really like the helmet though. I want to go nothing on this one. Okay, and then I'm gonna go confirm it. And then for our swords though, we have to have the Illidan swords. These are way too cool to not have. I don't think Illidan has a bow, but we'll lock in. I think the bow that looks coolest is, I think this is from Season of the Malignant. Yeah. All right, there we go. Now we have our cool character. And then what I personally like to have, I like to have Subo because he's really good for objectives. So we're going to hire Subo. And then we're also going to enlist Variana. I think this is kind of like the go-to, so I don't really care what ability she uses. And then we're going to use Dance of Knives. And then with Subo, we want, I'm going to go with this one over here, because we're not going to do dot damage. It's just for the map reveal more than anything, but it's still useful to have. And then we got our pet equipped, and then we're going to go to the shop. Well, I don't think this is an in-game like microtransaction shop. I think it's for like skills, so that'll be interesting to see what it is. You have to purchase platinum to unlock the other role, of course. Yeah, I think so. It's kind of like their way of getting it. Okay. I go up the little stairs. Oh, it's another bounty board. That's okay. This is our shop. Okay. And let's see what her shop has. And I'll show you guys the Incursions, which is the brand new Season 8 mechanic. And we'll see how enjoyable it is. Oh, come on, let's go. Sayina. but I like how they at least try to incorporate a story, you know, as far as it goes. The voice acting in this game is 10 out of 10. It's top-notch AAA quality, so as far as that goes. But I feel like the content has been too repetitive. Like, if I was to give a score of, like, content, like, it's not bad content, but, like, I want to give it a low score of, like, let's say 3, because it's like, you're going to an area, it's basically a nightmare dungeon. I'm kind of tired of that. I want new content in a new season, but the voice acting, like, it's always been 10 out of 10. And I like how they put effort into, like, making these new areas. So as far as, like, this goes, like, it's not just a dark, empty cave with nothing, right? They put books. They kind of establish that she's maybe, like, doing some research. There's, like, a goat over there. Like, as far as, I guess, attention to detail in terms of, like, creating some of these characters, I would say they do a really good job. I actually really like the witchcraft one, too. It's just, like, the actual gameplay content needs to be changed. Also, like, since I like the ability to skip the dialogue, but, like, we're kind of stuck here. I guess it's part of the season for the, like, the lore and stuff, which is all good. I get it, but I think for the players that are impatient like myself and the people that don't care about the story, I think having the option to hit skip is very, very valuable. But we can see if we have any, like, upgrades here while we're waiting. We got some pants. More damage, more dex. Okay. But you know, it's actually pretty good for leveling too. If just in case any of you guys didn't really like Dance of Dives, Flurry is actually not too bad for leveling because you can teleport and it basically AoEs the whole screen. Problem is you run a resource. Oh, but yes, we are indeed still at we're still rocking the hotel Wi-Fi, but this one's not that bad. I mean, honestly, most of the area's been pretty weak for Wi-Fi here in Thailand, but sometimes it's the luck of the draw. There was one place that was a really good Wi-Fi. That's why we were able to stream a lot longer. So now we got to go over here, and this is the closest waypoint. So I think one thing that would have been nice is them to give us all the waypoints, and we're going to level up through the incursions here with this gameplay session. Oh, wait, it wants us to go, wait, what? Wants us to collect like some sort of reward real quick. Okay, so we'll get the reward, and then we're going to constantly do some incursions, because as much as I think that leveling through the campaign is better, most people are probably just going to be like, no, I don't want to do the campaign, and I get it, man. All right, so do we have we got another one of these boards, and once it fills up, sorry, my face is blocking it, but it's just like the same thing that we've seen again and again. And we're going to earn the reputation, and then we're going to do a bunch of like the this one begins in 0 seconds, which is perfect. And remember, you don't have to be at the start of these to engage. Is it one of the... Oh, there's a bunch of these little shrines and things that you can click on. I don't think that's one of them. But, like, there's these little, like, mini games almost where you have to learn the correct emote. And if you do it, then you can get, like, a buff or something. It's actually a pretty cool idea, but most people just don't engage in the mechanic. I thought it was pretty cool in the very beginning. It was done with some of the renown, too, in the game, where you would have to, like, you know, do an emote or something. But I feel like largely most people don't use the emotes, and I get it. The emotes was part of, you know, their selling point in some of the things on the store. There was, like, you could buy emotes, you can buy little, like, different things, but mostly I would say people don't really use emotes in this game. If there was PvP, I think people would do it. It almost reminds me of something that would be in, like, a game like Fortnite, where, like, you emote on people after you kill them. But anyways, let's go ahead and now lock in and hold down the button. So this is the brand new incursion. You can see there's people probably doing these. We're also going to try to channel as much as possible, but... Oh, there we go. One thing that does suck with the Dance of Knives rogue build is that we do have to click on the little eye to progress.
What's this?
This is probably a bunch of these little quest things that we can engage with. So our goal is to hold down this and don't let go. The next 2 levels will be quite nice. Oh, we got stuck on something. And we're getting the Spectral Ash. They have actually buffed this up also, from what they've said. So now we're going to fight this Greater Apparition as a team over here. So the Apparition of Alec. Ooh, nice little damage. I definitely feel like we're taking... Ooh, these things do actual good damage, which is a good thing. it makes it so like it feels more challenging. And now we have some extra bonus. Okay, so we're gonna continue doing the little thing over here. Let's see if we have any upgrades. More damage. We're going to be constantly swapping weapons, but we're going to go ahead and get the one where we get increased damage because we already have the vulnerability. Actually, we should get this one. The reason why, even though I should have it with my imbue to get the vulnerability, the thing is that, well, when we click on the little eye and we click on these little things, having the vulnerable damage as another multiplier in the very beginning, it's too hard to trade off. It really is. Later, though, we can get the other one. Once we get cooldown reduction, and other sources of applying vulnerability can be a little bit more frequent. And then we did get a new power here, so let's go see if this one's casting at base is still not usable at all. Movement speed for each 1% cooldown reduction. Okay, cool. I don't really get benefit off of that right now. So this is like part of feedback too. I mentioned this when talking about the game to Blizzard for direct feedback as a Diablo partner. I felt like a lot of the boss powers, they're like super useless until you get to the actual tormented ones or the world bosses. So one little tip and trick, because I'll give you guys some tips and tricks here, is you definitely want to do all the world bosses. The world bosses will give you a huge power boost. And now we got a new boss power, so that's cool. And then Belial's going to come out. We'll see how it is. And we also get a new reward, so going pretty fast. But hello, Raygun. Early stream, I suppose. It's probably like really late at night, isn't it? Dude, I was downloading this game 256 KBs, man. It was super slow. We got a favor token. Okay, so that's the new currency, guys. And then now we're fighting Belial already. I think that what they should have done instead of called it Belial Lord of Lies, because he's supposed to be like the super boss. Some people may get the impression that they're fighting like the new boss, right? I think they should say Belial's Lesser Shadow is kind of what I feel like the name should have been. It doesn't really make too much of a difference, but it's just, for some people, they're going to be like, wow, defeated the new Belial boss. He's returned. Okay, dropped a legendary. We're already level 10, and that's quite nice. So now we can also make it so you can get distance damage, which is great. And then the imbued skill is great too. I'm just going to lock in this 10x. It's just going to be a really great multiplier. And then there's also, where is it? There's damage reduction. Oh, it's down here where we're going to get, they kind of like move some of these. Where's exploit? Where is it? Where is it? Did they move it? There's exploit and, oh, here it is. Exploit malice. They got moved. They did some moving around. Okay, so we just got a legendary pair of pants. Our daze effects last longer. Okay, so now let's go turn in our Incursion Apparition Bounty Board, whatever you want to call it. We can also equip the pants. And they said that they didn't want us to constantly do this. Oh, is there a world boss happening? Begins in 50 seconds. Let's go, guys. Go, go, go. We have to do this. This is absolute priority because, well, if the boss dies instantly, that's no good, right? Yeah, I apologize if there's some lag on the stream here. I have no control over the internet. I lowered the bit rate as much as I could. But I think what I'll probably end up doing later is I'll put it to like 720p. I feel like 1080p isn't even like HD anymore, but last time it was fine as far as like the internet goes, but again, with hotel Wi-Fi, I don't know, maybe someone's uploading some torrents here. But yes, we have to do the this is the Legion, not a boss. Alright, well, whatever, we're gonna do this Legion. Is there a boss? Okay, that begins. Okay, so we're gonna do this Legion. They wanted us to do a mix-up of content. Are we getting a... Okay, we do get some grim favors for this. And we'll see how much reputation we gain from this. My bad. I thought this was a world boss. But yeah, if you guys are doing any of the world bosses, you definitely want to do them. But also, Legions are great for gaining materials. And then also we can check the chests and see if they're any good, as we just hit level 10, which is, I believe, like 8 is the breakpoint for certain items. 8, 14, these are like really obscure numbers, but like 8, 14 are kind of like different like breakpoints in the game's drop rates. Specifically like goblins at 14, unless things have been updated. and there's no patch note. Because Blizzard has done that before where like they update certain things and they just don't tell us. But what we're looking for is movement speed on boots. That is our big upgrade for this build. And the reason why it's a big upgrade for the Dance of Knives Rogue build is because, well, movement speed makes it so we can use Dance of Knives a lot longer. Just gonna hold this down, although everything's already dead. So in terms of difficulty, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't sense a difficulty increase. We can increase the difficulty for the next session over here. I'm gonna do another event. But the whole game feels real easy. Remember, you can't just straight up go to torment. Like, I can't just go to torment difficulty. The game will not allow it. But this is also the best build in the game. For leveling, there's without a doubt. You're sick of the rinse and repeat of D4, same season mechanic, not variety. Hey, Big Dread, I've been giving them the feedback, and I'm gonna say that as much as I want them to make this like new content really fast, I get it. It takes time. And I hope that the next expansion will be the big breakpoint that the hardcore Diablo fans want. And I don't mean hardcore as in like softcore hardcore. I meant like hardcore as in like the people that want to play this game for 8 hours a day, right? I want there to be enough content for us to be like, wow, we don't have to do the pit anymore. We can do this new cool thing. We have PvP to keep us interested in, like, you know, for tons and tons of time. Hopefully, the next expansion, it will be there. But they have been honestly listening to a lot of the feedback, which is great. But I always like coming back to Diablo because I like Diablo. Like, I play Diablo 1, 2, 3. The only game I really don't play is Hellfire. That's like the one game. I actually want to check out Immortal 2. Not like Diablo Immortal 2, because I don't know if that's ever coming out. But I meant like for the new class. Because even though like I would not consider myself like an Immortal content creator, I did play it, but I just want to see the new class and see if they use anything from the new class in Diablo Immortal to Diablo 4. Because pretty much I mainly upload Diablo 4, but when Diablo like 1 or 2 gets mods, because Diablo 3 unfortunately will probably never get mods. If Diablo 3 added mod support, I think that game could actually do very well. I still think Diablo 3 is the smoothest action RPG it's ever been made. Like, there's nothing that even comes close. The game is so buttery smooth for like its combat and everything. But yeah, I think what we need is more content to do besides the pit for like the later stages of the game. Because like I feel like there isn't anything to do that's exciting that takes like a long time to do. Like I think that getting all the mythics, like I've gotten all the mythics multiple times, but like when your build needs like 2 or 3 mythics, like you need Starless Skies, you need Air of Perdition, maybe another one, right? Maybe you want Shroud of False Death. Like when you need those, that takes a really long time, but that's not fun. I personally do not have any fun grinding the mythics. And as far as doing like these little like Legion events and stuff, it's largely just stuff that I feel like I've done. But we still are getting this reputation, which is great. So let's see if this was worth doing. Did we get nothing? Nada. Alright. But we are finally getting rings, so that's a great thing. And then we got some extra XP. And what we're going to do now is, wait, let's do this first. So this, where was that bounty board? Ooh. It was, there's another one of these. We can go to that one right after. Okay, that's the den. I wanted to go to that like hideout where she had the, is it this one over here? I think it was this one. We're going to make this one our default. That was another newer change. So make sure you guys make Tarsak. Oh wait, what is the thing? We're going to do that. And then, yeah, we'll go see what we get to turn in. Where am I at? I'm in Thailand, my friend. Specifically right now in Bangkok. But I honestly want to say, if you want to visit Thailand, the Pattaya is the best place. 100%. Like, no question. All right, we got our reward. Let's check out our first little reward here. All right, is it good? Heck no. I mean, getting the little fragments, like, we can maybe go craft something, but, like, it's largely useless. We can also maybe start looking at potions, upgrades, and elixirs. I'm going to see if they change the level requirements. We probably are still unable to use potions because there is a level requirement of, I believe, 15. But we can. We have to love the codex. All right, so here we go. We're gonna get our next little level up here. Okay.
Well, if you've got the makings.
Okay, and then if we want to do elixirs, okay. Oh, 10. Here we go. Perfect. Okay. So the one that's going to give us the most of the benefit is going to be this one. So we're going to craft and lock into a bunch of these. We also get the bonus, and then also as far as the little season blessings, let's see what we can get. We can get Unveiler's Oath, Nightmare Dungeons, Infernal Hordes to drop Obdicite. That's good. Boost the chance of Belial to appear. That's good. Boost the chance for Ancestral Cache, appearing when turning in caches. And chance to earn extra upgrades when improving glyphs. Oh, that's an interesting one. Cool. And then remember, your whole season is tied to this if you want to get the Ashes. It's no longer in the Battle Pass, which it used to be. So that's going to be a little bit different. But let's go ahead and just salvage all these things over here. And then we're gonna change. I'm gonna do one quick little other thing, and we're gonna change the difficulty because the game is kind of easy right now. I want to get this as well, get extra damage distance. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna change the difficulty to Penitent to see can we handle the Incursion. I'm kind of curious because remember I'm playing one of the top tier builds in the game. And again, make sure to check for all the world bosses. And then we also got a new power. Where's the next Incursion? Oh, so it's in 30 seconds there's going to be one that appears. We're going to do that, and we're just going to see how it feels. We might be able to do it. Maybe it's going to be too hard, and that's totally fine. But we also have the new power that, let's see. So we have this one. Casting a core skill. So if I mouse over, it'll tell me if it's a core skill or not. And unfortunately, it's not a core skill. While you have a barrier knocks down enemies. Whenever you gain Fortify, you gain barrier. Well, I don't really have Fortification generation. I don't really have anything that works for the main because I don't use a core skill. Whenever you use a summon skill or call a mercenary reinforcements. Okay, this one. Yo, thank you so much for the sub, man. Much appreciated, Rack.
Hey guys, Sladerow.
Thank you, mate. Thank you so much again, Rack. I don't have a katana to do the flip, but I will owe you one return. Okay, here's the next event. We're going to go do one more event over here. We're going to see how it goes, and then we may have to lower the difficulty. Maybe too hard. Alright. But as far as my fun factor goes, 10 being the best, honestly, when I was playing last Epoch, my fun factor was 9 out of 10. I was having so much fun. With this right now, I haven't gotten too bored of the Incursions at this moment, but when I played, I honestly did get bored of Incursions quite fast, especially while leveling. Let's see if we can kill stuff very fast over here. And it looks like we're not able to kill things super fast. Remember, anyone that is joining the party is gonna, or just joining these Incursions, I still get all the benefit. So the guy that's level 40 that's carrying us, we still get all the drops and all the bonuses here. Now, the boss is gonna be really difficult. Now, as far as are we gonna able to do this, I mean, we can kill the monsters, but we're gonna get basically carried. We can also click on the, oh, it's not hit. Not the Belial Eye. Alright, so the Greater Apparition. So it seems like the game is still relatively easy. I'm face rolling. Did the blues matter? I mean, no. And eventually, once we get the other items, is it going to matter that much? Let's see how fast this team will be taken down. Everyone's got the laser beam already and just melting. I still feel like the game is maybe too easy. And I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. Because I've always felt like Diablo was one of the greatest casual action RPGs, and no different with this update. Now, it may get harder later, and I think that that's okay as well. This ring we're going to have to manually equip, and then it's going to summon another one. We're going to complete this, and we're going to see the rewards on... This is the hardest difficulty, guys, the Penitence difficulty. I mean, I could still kill these things, it's just going to take time. It's not like the monsters ever heal here, but I'll try and wrap up my thoughts on how I feel about the game. The game still has... I'm lagging, okay, I'm on hotel Wi-Fi. But I know the game, itself feels good. If you compare last Epoch to Diablo as far as the combat feel, night and day difference. But the rewards and the scaling of like last epoch, every single level up, you're like, ooh, I got to try out this. Ooh, I got to try out this. I've played thousands of hours at Diablo, so like everything that I'm doing in this game, like I've done it so many times, like thousands of hours into this game. So as far as it goes, like the combat still feels really good, but it's just like in my brain, I don't even really have to pay attention to the game, if that makes any sense. Like I can kind of zombie out. I can read my chat and not have to worry about anything. But you'll accept a DM about Soapland. Oh yeah, I'll give you the best Soapland reviews coming very soon. Make sure you guys subscribe for that. Okay, but on a serious note, as far as it goes, the game still feels really good. Diablo still feels like, as far as gameplay goes, it's still a 10 out of 10 in terms of gameplay feel in the action RPG genre. Like, it's really good. Diablo 4 and Path of Exile 2 feel better than any action RPG. Now, how much fun am I having? Well, I know that I don't get any upgrades until I fight the Torment bosses. So for me personally, I don't get excited about any of the new powers because there's simply no powers. Okay, let's go see what the other upgrade is. And we're going to do that little final showdown here. And then now we get a new ability. But these abilities, compared to the witchcraft ones, okay, removes them and stuns them. Okay, this one's kind of cool. I'll make use of this one. So, what was the full text on it? Yeah. It stuns him. This stun applies more stagger to bosses. Okay, so we're gonna have to lock in. Again, I'm lagging, so the game doesn't feel as good. Oh my gosh. The dot damage in Diablo 4 has always been out of control, in my personal opinion. But, yeah, like I said, the gameplay still feels like 10 out of 10. This and Path of Exile 2 feel better than any action RPG in the market. But, as far as how much fun I'm having, right now, I would say my fun factor is like at a 5. It's like, I'm kind of just playing to play. The fun factor will come more so later for me personally when I get the powers, because I want to see how hard the new Belial is. Because fighting the new Belial is actually pretty cool for the first few times, because you actually have to learn the mechanic now, apparently, because it's hard. So we got 5 Spectral Ash. Remember, we can upgrade our abilities. And as far as the drops go, I mean, we got a legendary off of one of them, but like, getting blues off of killing Belial on the hardest difficulty may not be worth it, and the reason why is because, well, simply there's just no there's no loot here. So Path of Exile currently is having a pretty big issue with this, where people are downvoting the game because the loot just sucks in the game. In Diablo, like, I get it, in the very beginning, like, they've nerfed the loot. Does it really matter? No, because in maybe like an hour or two, I'll be max level, and I won't really care too much about it because you can't even get greater affixes, which means you can't even get good gear in the first place. So, because I know of those things, it's just less incentives to kind of get really excited about the game. We can actually get an ultimate too. One thing that I really like is there's like a base movement speed too that we'll get, but we can get the Dark Shroud just to get some extra survivability, and then mostly I just want it for the movement speed. The movement speed is king in action RPGs while progressing, and once we get like the close quarters one, it's going to be like GG's. And I love how they changed this to Cutthroat. That was another cool addition to the game. But let's go ahead and open up our next little reward. Keep in mind this bounty, but it's like, sorry, my face is blocking it. But at the very end, which is the only thing that really matters, you get a spark, and you'll probably get some legendaries. But as far as like my fun factor goes, it comes down to like, is this super fun to interact with? Since every single season, it's like we get these new powers, and I like the powers, I really do. But I gave them feedback, and I said that the powers don't matter until you get some of like the boss powers. So I really wish that they would look at that. And then they can maybe address that. Now we have like another 10x multiply. These are all just number things for the most part. The cool stuff comes down to, again, getting to Torment, which for me isn't hard. But I look at the game and I always try to give a review on what the average player's experience would be. Because like they're going to be like, wow, I got these new powers. But then they're going to do these that aren't even exciting. I saw the trailer and they're shooting Lilith like beams and like all these like spikes. And there's like way cooler things, right? Now, I really wish they didn't lock some of the powers behind some of the bosses. Let's go ahead and just turn on our whispers too while I go ahead and kind of wrap up my thoughts here. So, like I said, for the fun factor, I'm giving, especially the early stages of the game, like, it's only because Diablo 4 feels really good that I'll give it, like, even a 5. As far as, like, my fun factor goes, I'm giving it a 5. For, like, the voice acting and as far as the seasonal quest line goes, the voice acting, just like every single time, Diablo still does a great job. This is the reputation cache. Like, do I get excited about 2 blue items? No. And I understand that they wanted us to have this progression. As far as the itemization progression goes, like if I was to give the thing score, I would give it a 1 out of 10 on the new. All blue items are going to be usable in the very beginning, and then yellow items. Within an hour of gameplay, I promise you, I will have all legendaries, especially since I'm kind of like slowing down to talk about my my thoughts and stuff. That doesn't matter. What they did was kind of a waste of resources, in my personal opinion. I think they could have put their time into designing new endgame things versus we got to redesign the game. This is a constant issue that I want to say Diablo 4 has gone through, where like they keep on trying to redo the game, and you don't need to redo the game. We don't need to change like these itemization things, the item powers changing, because remember how they said they didn't want us to hit for like quadrillions damage? It doesn't matter. I think this game's gotten to a point where like they just have to accept it. When you have crit and overpower like multipliers and all these other multipliers, I think they've created something that's too hard to fix, to be honest. And I don't know if they're going to redo the whole thing in the expansion. Who knows, they might. I'm going to lock in this because I just feel like this is a fun thing to mess around with. But as far as it goes, if I was to give the season the score, so again, voice acting, I would give it a 10. The reputation board, I give it like a 3 out of 10. Like, it's like the same exact thing that we've done again and again. I think it would have been cool to get a new like mercenary system, but like as far as doing these incursions again and again, within like an hour of doing these, I can tell you for sure that I'd be bored of them, because like you go there, a bunch of people are fighting and you kill it. It just feels like too small of a new season mechanic. That's the way I personally see it, but you guys can let me know your thoughts and how you feel about it down below. But yeah, as far as like the voice acting goes, that's 10 out of 10. The gameplay feel like of the season, I'll give it like a 5 out of 10. The bounty board for excitement, because this is kind of like your big reason to come back, right? Is like, oh, I get this new rewards. It's like it's too much of the same, and I feel like because of that, I gotta say that it's less exciting. The boss powers, okay. The boss powers, when you unlock these, because I've already played it, I've already played all the powers, and I'll tell you, this is, as far as powers go for Diablo, this is peak in terms of fun, because it's so cool that you're gonna interact with these, and like when you do this, you get this. It's cool. So I know I'm giving it a 5 out of 10 for fun factor at the very beginning, but I promise you guys, these powers are 10 out of 10. It is the best Diablo has actually ever been in terms of like cool stuff, in terms of like the seasonal powers. But because you don't unlock these till way later, or if you do the boss, the world boss will give you that. And once you get your first like world boss power, man, the game is awesome. But I can't spawn in the world boss right now. So as far as like my scores go, that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. The early stages in progression, it's only because Diablo feels good. So if I was to maybe give it a score, the incursions, I feel like the incursions are very boring. It's just too fast. There's not really that much thought process when you're doing the content. It's kind of like just go kill monsters. It just feels too much of the same. So like for the incursions itself, I'd probably give it like a 3 out of 10. The whole season in the early stages, 5 out of 10. Later, once you get the boss powers, I think we maybe can give it like a 6 or 7. The reason why I want to give like the overall thing a 6 or 7 now is because I want to wait and see kind of how it feels, because I know for sure that like the end game is just doing the pit again and again. I want a refresher to the game's content, but that's almost a topic for another video. But here's still, what would you guys give the season out of a 10? In terms of my first impressions on the first, like, we're almost at an hour at this point, I want to give it a 5 out of 10, but I think with the powers, I can maybe give it like the powers are amazing. Like I said, the powers are a 10 out of 10, but like the overall scope of things, because with these new powers, I'm just going to end up doing the pit again, which I'm tired of the pit. I'm tired of Nightmare Dungeons. I want to see new forms of newer endgame content in a new season. But you guys can let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll try to give the feedback to Blizzard. But I mean, they're not going to really change the season here. They can't like add a new endgame content. They may adjust some certain numbers and stuff, but like I just desperately want more than just the pit. Otherwise, I'm going to be hopping on Last Epoch and playing Path of Exile. I'll still play Diablo. I still plan to make a character, and I'll still be uploading build guides for you guys, but I just desperately want more things than the pit. But that's my thoughts. Let me know yours down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.